Want to be wiser than 90% of people? Watch this till the end. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Aristotle. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Socrates. The more I read, the more I acquire, the more certain I am that I know nothing. Voltaire. Wisdom begins in wonder. Socrates. A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer. Bruce Lee. Judge a man by his questions rather than by his answers. Voltaire. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Aristotle. He who opens a school door closes a prison. Victor Hugo. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Albert Einstein. Patience is the companion of wisdom. St. Augustine. Honesty is the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom. Thomas Jefferson. Wisdom is the reward you get for a lifetime of listening when you would rather have talked. Mark Twain. Knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens. Jimi Hendrix. Silence is a source of great strength. Laozi. Doubt is an uncomfortable condition, but certainty is a ridiculous one. Voltaire. It is not enough to have a good mind. The main thing is to use it well. René Descartes. We do not see things as they are. We see them as we are. Anais Nin. The mind is everything. What you think you become. Buddha. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Oprah Winfrey. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Mahatma Gandhi. Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. Eleanor Roosevelt. It is better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. Eleanor Roosevelt. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Laozi. A wise man adapts himself to circumstances, as water shapes itself to the vessel that contains it. Chinese proverb. A mistake is simply another way of doing things. Katharine Graham. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs. If you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. Buddha. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Confucius. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Confucius. Happiness depends upon ourselves. Aristotle. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. Albert Schweitzer. It is not what we have in life, but who we have in our life that matters. It is not length of life, but depth of life. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Friedrich Nietzsche. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Albert Einstein. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Albert Einstein. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. Albert Einstein. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. William James. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. Socrates. A single day is enough to make us a little larger, or another time a little smaller. Paul Klee. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Baltasar Gracian. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Muhammad Ali. It is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Sun Tzu. Wisdom is knowing when to speak your mind and when to mind your speech. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. William Shakespeare.